What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday, and hope you had a great weekend, and welcome on into the Ryan Ripken Show. Brand new week. It's Thanksgiving week, and actually, because it's our last big show in the studio for the week, maybe throughout the show we'll show you how thankful we are for one another. I can't look at Brad with a straight face right now, but we are thankful for you all. We appreciate you all. We got a jam-packed show for you today. We are going to recap the weekend, and there's a lot that happened both in the baseball world and the NFL world. So we're going to start with baseball, and we're seeing some conversations continue to go on about, who's available on the free agent market. Two teams made a trade this weekend. Could that eventually, create different avenues for players to go? And then what's the best closer reliever still out there on the market? John Morosi went out there and talked about one and where a potential fit could be. And then Hal Steinbrenner, owner of the Yankees, was talking about maybe it would be good to lower the price for his payroll. And there's one highly sought out free agent that doesn't want to go to the Dodgers, apparently. So we'll explain all of that and more. And then, by the way, Ravens' Nick Moore is going to join us later on in the show to talk about this past week. And the Ravens now, with the tiebreaker, sit in first place in the AFC North after their victory over the Jets. Do you feel good about it? Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that and a whole lot more. But before we get going, hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate you. I just mentioned his name. He's in studio. He's behind the sticks. Brad.
What up, my man? You look, football, the 1 o'clock games, and we were, at the Ravens game as all this was going on, but like the 1 o'clock games were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Not
really
so
were.
much after that, not so much, but the 1 o'clock games were absolutely amazing. 2 overtime games in the 1 o'clock hour, just unbelievable. The only one I will say is the Dallas game. I can't tell you how many big personalities already wrote that game off and then had to eat their words after Dallas came back 21 points, greatest comeback they've had in a while.
Long time. Tied for their franchise best.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a game. Overall, it just is a reminder, and that's what we'll get to the second half. If you win, it doesn't matter how you win. It's just better that you win, because some of these teams were fighting for their lives, or they didn't pull out the victory, and people are questioning where they are as a team as we move into the Thanksgiving week.
Chiefs are still alive.
Chiefs are still alive. And you know who's also still alive? Zach Bollinger. He's with us, not in studio, but virtual. Bolly, where are you? There he is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I missed one in studio show, and we're like, we're going to go around the studio what we're thankful for. That's crazy. But yeah, actually, last week, Rip, my dog of the week was the Cowboys. I said they were going to beat the Eagles. I did not feel great about that after the first quarter.
Stephen A. Smith, of all people, had the Cowboys winning yesterday, too.
Yeah, for a minute, it looked like the Eagles figured it out. It was like one of those, it's like that Drake meme where it's like if we just throw the ball to our best receivers, they're going to make plays. Like, wait, A.J. Brown's good? That was surprising.
That was cool.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was like middle of the second quarter, they were like, what if we don't? It's like, don't what? It's like everything. Run it, pass it, anything. I think it was like their first 4 drives, they had like 180 yards, 190 yards. Their next 8, they combined for like 100 total. Like it was rough. It was rough going for them.
Well, and sticking with the NFC East, I mean, the Giants lost, but Jameis Winston certainly won.
Yeah, tight end 1 on that team now too.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that. That was might be my favorite play of the year, like from a sense of like everything about it, the aura of Jameis, and also that's like the aura of Jameis and the Giants in a nutshell. Yeah. Something crazy happens. They had the trick plays, the mojo. They're winning, and then they lose. Like it's like
it's so quintessential Jameis Winston football. But like for him to break a tackle after that reception,
stiff arm. Oh yeah.
It was awesome.
I really need a tight end for fantasy, and I wish that Jameis was eligible because I need it, and that is tight end 1 material.
Oh yeah,
so many great games that we're going to talk about this weekend because it was crazy. There are some highlights, and obviously, like we just mentioned, Baltimore just tied for first place, so that is a big topic here. And Ravens long snapper Nick Moore, special teams was actually a huge part of the Ravens beating the Jets, so he can talk about it. Jordan Stout had a field day. That will be within the hour here. But guys, fellas, before we get into all of it now, I got to shout out Merritt Clubs right behind me. And for everyone out there, you are looking to join Merritt Clubs. It's the Thanksgiving time, and they want to give back and say thanks as well. Right now until the end of the month, you can sign up at Merritt Clubs for $20.25. And Zach, you get that, right?
Woo. Yeah. I put it together. I put two and two together.
I like
that.
2 and 2. So $20.25, or you can try their 3 free-day trial on merrittclubs.com. But how do you spell $20.25, Zach?
MERRITT.
And when I move, you move.
Just like that.
Just like that. Appreciate Merritt Clubs and appreciate all of you, especially our channel members.
By the way,
Yes.
Zach, loving the chair, bro.
Oh, yeah. I had to borrow my girlfriend's gaming chair. So I got the
You
nice-
don't say.
Yeah. So usually I'm standing when I'm here, but she got a new desk, which means I took the old desk into the other room and then realized I didn't have a chair still. So I was like, I'm taking this chair. So
Hey, real
yeah, new
nice
chair,
looking.
you know.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm a big
had to.
fan. A big fan of it. That's electric. Right
That's character, you know.
That's right.
A little
That's right.
over the shoulder.
You're a good kid. I don't care what they say about you.
People asking about the hat. It's actually Nick Moore's hat.
Yeah.
That's what the 46 is.
Hey, you know what though? Like,
I do love this hat. It's one of my favorite hats that he gave me.
yeah, that is a great hat.
Yep.
It's a good hat.
You can't have it because
Can't
it's
have it.
one of one.
So it's one of one. Nick Moore, he's one of one.
It sure is.
And all of you out there are one of one, right? Am I right? Okay, enough of my banter. I gotta throw something.
What? Oh, okay.
There we go. All right. Hey guys.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Were those poop bags you just threw?
They're unused poop bags, yes.
Okay.
For Ollie.
Yep.
Not for you, not for me. Okay.
I've been in some situations where I could have used a doggy bag myself.
You know what?
Anybody else been there? Put it in the chat.
That's a Monday conversation.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to stop right there.
We'll save that for later.
We'll save that for later.
Just keep it in mind, people.
That's a way to start off the Mondays. If you guys saw on my Instagram, I tried to record a video and my phone just kept falling. That's how my Monday started. But let's start this show off with a little baseball conversation. So, like right sprinkled in with all this NFL action, there was a pretty sizable trade that went down. So, and not like, oh, we're going to trade for prospects and whoa, it's like a blockbuster deal, but it was a deal of some magnitude because the Rangers and the Mets came together and said, hey, we're going to trade a beloved player in our clubhouse and our organization and Brandon Nimmo to Texas because they need an outfielder, and we're going to send you Marcus Semien, who defensively is a good player. His offensive years were better in the past, trying to bounce back, stay healthier. And now that creates an opportunity for the Mets to possibly go after a free agent outfielder. So, guys, like it was a 1-for-1. Like it wasn't anything else. I think that was the part I was pretty fascinated with. And for all the ones like the rumors about Corey Seager being on the move, you don't make a move like this for Brandon Nimmo to say, hey, we're taking 3 steps back. We're going to get a lot younger. We're going into a rebuild. No. Like Texas was trying to retool, and the Mets, Zach, are also really trying to change things up. It almost feels like a guy like Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker, if they really want to splurge, like hypothetically, I mean, it's open. They need an outfielder, but initial thoughts now. That wasn't something I was expecting on Sunday afternoon.
No, not something at all. And honestly, for a minute, I was like, okay, is this some cap relief? But then the Mets sent money to offset any differences in salary. So this was a good old fashioned player for player, kind of like, I'm just saying, Orioles maybe start a trend. Player for player. And it does feel like this is 2 teams kind of going in different directions in the sense of, hey, you're a Met, you're the Mets. You need an upgrade defensively at second base. That's not a mystery. They have really struggled to just get really any good production from second base recently. Brandon Nimmo, a fan favorite. It was definitely weird to see them trade him. I know Mets fans felt very indifferent about that, but you trade Brandon Nimmo to the Rangers. You get back a very solid second baseman. You're kind of buying the dip of, hey, Marcus Semien, he didn't have the best year offensively, but I believe actually Ryan Garcia, Fireside Yankee, friend of the show, posted that over the last 3 years, Marcus Semien would have had 18 more home runs in the Met City Field than he does at Globe Life Park. So something there, maybe his swing fits the Mets a little bit better for Semien. But it does feel like this was a trade where two teams, one wanted to open up a spot in the outfield. Does that mean maybe a Bellinger or a Kyle Tucker is heading to the Mets? I know that is the big rumor now that kind of gets floated around, putting the thinking caps on of why would they do that. And then for the Rangers, they just needed something. They needed more production. They needed another outfielder. They just got rid of Adolis Garcia. They just got rid of Jonah Heim. They needed to fill out the lineup more, and this gives them a guy coming off a very nice season. I mean, batted .262, 25 homers, 92 RBIs. Talk about a guy that, hey, he wasn't the biggest name on that Mets team at all, but still getting 92 RBIs, 25 homers, coming off a really good year. I'm intrigued to see how this works out. This tells me that there's something else with the Mets. That's my biggest takeaway from this. It wasn't that, oh, this is it. They just thought, hey, we're better with Semien than we are with Nimmo. I think this is, hey, let's upgrade second base in a very weak position for us, and then let's go fix the outfield, whether that is adding a Tucker or Bellinger. You also now open up some more with Acuna, actually younger brother of Ronald Acuna, top prospect. He's a second baseman. He now can get traded. It just opens up more ways for the Mets to get better in the outfield. So very intrigued by this, but I understand why both teams did it.
The one thing I'm going to be curious about with all of this, right, is not about what the flexibility can be for the Mets, but I was hearing Stearns, the GM, talk about, it was a question asked, does this mess up your locker room? Nimmo is a guy that's been there for a long time, and we've seen this, and I've tried to explain this. Spending money is cool. It's neat. The players like it. The fans usually like it, and you need to spend more money, obviously, to have more options. But spending out the wazoo isn't going to guarantee you a championship. Ask the Mets that last year. They were big spenders. Juan Soto, come on in. You were going to be the guy. They went and made big deals at the deadline, traded away prospects. And yet, when all was said and done, the New York Mets were eliminated before reaching the postseason. And a team a year ago that was not supposed to contend, not supposed to be in the thick of it, made it all the way to the NLCS. So that's one, Zach, I'm kind of curious about is where does that infrastructure go? Because it matters. Like I would argue right now in Baltimore, besides that you want to add some frontline guys, the culture that you're setting, Albernaz and his coaching staff, that's a big thing about you're setting a culture and a standard. I would argue the Mets right now are trying to figure out how to get that back. So trading Nimmo and going to a team with the Rangers right now, by the way, DeGrom, former teammate, is over there. I love Skip Schumacher as a manager. I like the move a lot for Texas, especially if they are going to be a little bit aggressive, but they got pieces in place. So that leads to this one move being done. It's in the books. And now we're going to see what the next domino is going to be, right, Brad? And I'm curious, is it going to be another trade? Because right now we've already seen now two pretty seismic trades. Grayson for Taylor Ward. Again, 1-for-1, by the way. Like
that never happens.
Right?
And now it's happened twice.
How about that? 1-for-1s. Is that going to be the new thing here going into 2026?
1-for-1s and like no draft picks. None of that happening.
Nothing yet. But you know what? I guess we've seen that. And is another trend going to be that, maybe there's some players that don't want to join the Dodgers? Wouldn't that be something? Because there is a free agent out there that got posted. I want to specify that. Was posted, Zach, Aime coming from Japan, and everyone thought, okay, what's the connection? You got Yamamoto, you got Ohtani, you got Sasaki. It's the pipeline from Japan to LA. Well, apparently, Aime is saying, no. It's not the phrase of, it's if you can't beat him, join him. He goes, if you can't beat him, I'm going to find a way to beat him. Because on today, Zach, can you pull that graphic up? Whammy right here.
Boom.
So Aime said earlier, and it was referring to the Dodgers, a team like the Dodgers, he said, and I quote through the translation, I want to take them down, playing together with players like Ohtani, Yamamoto, Sasaki, and others. Of course, that sounds fun, but I think beating a team like that and becoming world champions would be the most valuable thing in my life. I got to say, hearing that excites me because I would like to see him end up elsewhere. But you know where I also think he could end up, Brad?
The Yankees.
Yes, the Yankees. I think that the Yankees, that's music to their ears.
I think he could end up with the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays almost got Sasaki.
The Blue Jays have been super
allegedly
aggressive. Allegedly, went after. Well, it doesn't seem alleged anymore, considering Ohtani is playing right along with this. Is that they were trying to get Ohtani too?
Mm-hmm.
So the Blue Jays have been super aggressive when it comes to the international market, specifically the Japanese one. So I actually wouldn't be surprised if he ended up in Toronto somehow. But I gotta say, I respect the shit out of this.
I love it.
It's awesome.
I love that in sports. Like that was one thing, like when you're picking and like pickup basketball was one thing for me all the time. And I never wanted to have like a stacked team. I didn't like it. I wanted everyone to say, oh, why don't you even out the teams, Brian?
Yeah.
No, hell no. I want to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I want to win. I think baseball needs more of these.
That's the competitor in you.
Yeah, the rivalries. And honestly, I think that brings it out.
Yeah.
And Zach, I mean, Aime is going to have a lot of suitors. I know people would love him in Baltimore. Hey, you brought Sagano. Do you want to tell Aime that you come to Baltimore? They might build you a statue if you bring him. They might if you go to the World Series.
Yeah, probably.
I will say, I think he's going to be in orange and black next year. I just don't think it's going to be the Orioles. I think he's a Giant. That's going to be if I have to plant a flag, I'm going to plant the Giants. I think they're going to be aggressive. I still think West Coast, you're always going to have a decent advantage than over the East Coast when it comes to that. I know the Giants are interested. Wouldn't be surprised if he's a Giant because, I mean, if you've heard, he also talked earlier about, they asked him about, hey, going to a team with other fellow Japanese players for the comfortability, and he pretty much said he'd prefer not to because that's part of the challenge. Like this guy's kind of a sicko. Like he's kind of like one of those guys where you're like,
but I love
there's some screws loose. Like the competitive edge is unlike anything. Like they're just guys who are different competitively. He seems to fall in that category. Yeah, I would not be surprised if he also picks the Giants because he's like, no, I want to face them as many times as possible.
Now that would even take it another step further. If you went to a rival in the same division that really the Dodgers are the big brother of everybody right now. Mm-hmm. The Padres are that team that's I'm curious what they're going to be next year, but I'll tell you what, they hate the Dodgers. And the Giants, it's been that rivalry for the Dodgers and the San Fran for a while. And Buster Posey is primed to make a splash again and make the Dodgers relevant again. Man, that'd get spicy. What?
The Giants relevant again.
The Giants, what did I say? The Dodgers? Yeah. Well, the Dodgers could be relevant again. They could.
Oh, yeah.
If they win again, maybe
they're kind of falling out of it now.
Yeah, you know what? They've peaked. It's downhill from here. But Aime is the one guy that he's going to have a bunch of suitors. And correct me if I'm wrong, though, his representation is Scott Boras. Is that right?
That's correct.
Is it? Yes. Yeah. His is, I believe. I know there are a few other Japanese players who are not, but I think Aime is.
So I'll be curious. But, Brad, I do think the Blue Jays and Mark Shapiro, president of operations over there, he has said that for a while. They believe they are not just a huge market, they are an international market.
Yeah.
And they're coming off a World Series. They are going to look to get better. So that could be a great landing spot. I think the Yankees will be interested. Not going to say it's going to be on the Orioles' top list, But you know what? The Orioles are going to be looking for people. Apparently, they want some pitching. That's what everyone said. You might not think that way because Grayson got traded, but they do want pitching. I swear, they want pitching.
They want healthy pitching.
I was just about to say that.
They
love Grayson. Love him. They need a pitcher that can pitch all 160 or a whole season.
And the reality, too, to like put that whole trade to bed, the Angels will win that trade if Grayson Rodriguez
100%.
stays healthy.
100%.
Stays healthy.
That's a big if.
Now, again, we talk about building that statue and everything in Camden Yards. If the Orioles go to the World Series in 1 year of Taylor Ward and he leaves, Orioles fans are still going to be okay with the deal because Taylor Ward helped and because of the desperation of trying to get
and the
there.
Orioles won a World Series.
And the Orioles won. I'd even take getting to the World Series for this team.
Yeah.
42 freaking years.
That's a long time.
Since the Baltimore Orioles have gone to a World Series. I mean, we already know Zach's young. I'm young. That's even there.
I'm not. And I haven't even been alive.
You haven't even
to see a World Series.
Holy shirts and pants. So
only by a couple years, but yeah.
But you haven't seen it.
The big 4-0 is coming in 26, bro.
How about that? You know what? It's.
I don't look my age though, so I'll give that.
The hair looks like it's 20.
That's right.
You know, but one thing though that the Orioles will have to get besides starting pitching, they need a bullpen guy. They need a high leverage guy. And so I'm going to put a poll here in a second into the horizontal chat, I believe, because we have the two streams going.
Yeah.
But about who's the best closer in your mind that's out there and available? And I think that's a really interesting conversation because we've mentioned Suarez a lot. We've mentioned Fairbanks, Diaz as well. Or is it another? So I'll put that poll out there. But today, John Morosi was on talking about one of those closers. That kind of prompted this conversation. So why don't we play that clip of John Morosi saying where he thinks Pete Fairbanks could end up, and he's one of those best options out there. So let's play that.
Maybe for different reasons is maybe the best closer on this list that doesn't get the run he deserves, and that's Pete Fairbanks. Where for him, JP?
The St. Louis Cardinals. Now, Will alluded to this a moment ago, but here's how I see this playing out. The Cardinals will make some trades. They'll move some veteran position players out there, and then they sign Fairbanks, who, by the way, pitched his college ball at the University of Missouri, so a bit of a homecoming story for him. So he comes back to Missouri, maybe sign him on a one-year deal. He becomes the closer in St. Louis, and then Bloom moves him at the deadline. Remember, of course, Ben, there's that connection. Chaim Bloom and Fairbanks going back to Tampa Bay years ago.
Matty B, you said it. I think this guy and Pete Fairbanks continues to be one of the more underrated pitchers in the game of baseball. And maybe that's because he plays for a team in the Tampa Bay Rays that maybe doesn't have a ton of eyes on them. But you're looking at a 2.8 ERA in 25, a 3.5 in 24, but a 2.58 ERA in 2023, and then a 1.1 ERA the year before that. This is the staple of consistency. He's been really good down there in Tampa, and I think if he goes to another team this year and signs elsewhere, we're going to get to really see Pete Fairbanks in a closer role. And I think people are going to be surprised at just how much of a stud this guy is.
I think the worry with Fairbanks is Tampa Bay's obviously, he's from the Tampa Bay system, right? And they've always been very good with these kind of pitchers. He's a little older than people kind of realize. The worry with him is if he gets out of Tampa Bay and gets exposed. We've seen that happen in the past. We've seen guys come up in the Tampa Bay system and go somewhere else and maybe not work out as well. But most of them have not been as good as Fairbanks is, so you can see why someone would take a chance on him.
All right.
Yeah, I don't understand that last comment.
Yeah, well, I think Fairbanks, and again, this is the fascinating conversation with closers because we have seen this. It's hard to close.
Yes.
And even the best closers are going to have down years, and then they could end up being from down to exceptional. And I use the example last year, Aroldis Chapman. If you look at some of the years before where you're like, man, like, has he lost it? He's been a little bit out of control going back to the World Series year for the Rangers when he got traded. Yeah. He was not their closer down the stretch because he was erratic. And guess what? He was lights out last year for the Boston Red Sox. So you're looking at this list right here, and Pete Fairbanks is a guy that is in that category. I agree. He's underrated. He is a pitcher that I think you can depend on. But what level here, Brad, I guess, do we want to go? Or where do you want to where you want to go with this?
Here's my thoughts on this. First of all, we love John Morosi. We even had dinner with him almost a year ago. Had a great conversation.
Might have to have that again.
About family life and just business. And we're picking his brain. But this is one thing that I disagree with him on. Why would he go to Missouri when the Cardinals aren't even playing for anything right now? They're still a rebuilding team. I just don't know why you would even bother with a closer at this point when you have so many other needs on that team to make them even worthy of contention in that division. I just think that it makes sense for Fairbanks, for another team that's actually in need of a closer right now to win this season, to go into the postseason. It just makes sense for me. And I'm not even saying that it's the Orioles. I couldn't tell you who it is, but the Cardinals don't make a whole lot of sense to me. I understand the backstory there, and it's a good feel-good thing, but I just don't think it makes sense for him to go there. I think it makes sense for him to go somewhere where he's actually needed. I don't think it actually is the Orioles. One of the big reasons why is because we haven't talked about this much, but Tyler Wells could be put in a leverage type situation. I think he could actually thrive in that. I almost wonder if they don't experiment with Wellsy kind of in that closer role to see if it makes sense for them, rather than going out and getting a closer when they know that all their money and their time and energy is going to be spent on starters.
Yeah, but here's the debate, and I think, Zach, we had this last week about it. You know that Tyler Wells can bulldog and be put in a closer role, but if you're the Orioles, and we've seen this before, you were exposed with your starting depth last year for pitching. You also know you need a high leverage guy. What's a value more in this situation? In my opinion, having a depth piece for starting is more valuable because last year the Orioles needed their depth and you found out you didn't have it in your organization. You didn't have enough. And now with Tyler being back, you knew in 2023, I'm sorry, he was your best reliever in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Or sorry, best starter.
Yeah.
First half of the season. So you know that he can do it, but is there a restriction? Now, on the other side of it, yes, he could close out games, but do you want him to be the fallback, or do you want to make sure you get someone that you know you have? And I think that's the debate that I go to. I think for the Orioles, there's not guys right now in their bullpen. They have guys that could have upside, that could surprise you, like, oh, hey, how you doing? Dietrich Enns, Garcia. You might turn into something next year. Cano, you might get back to what you are, but you don't have anyone that's a surefire, oh, you're the guy getting the ball. It's a one-run game, bases juiced, and we believe that you're going to get it done. I don't think they have that guy on the team right now, and I think they need two of them.
Wellesley's personality, I feel like, would be great for a closing role.
It would.
Obviously, the talent's there too. It has to be, but I think he just has that mentality. I feel like to really stick in there in a high leverage situation.
I think he can, but I think it goes back to the part of when you're looking around for all of this. If I were a team, also, by the way, the Cardinals conversation, I don't see the fit for the Cardinals at all, because they're like, we got to trade away some of our older talent, and they need to.
Yeah.
But Zach, I mean, I think you and I we talked about it last week, though. The Orioles need to get one of these guys, it seems. Yeah. And I think I'm curious, is Fairbanks the one that is actually cheaper? Like, of all these closer options, Diaz, Suarez, and Fairbanks, I think Fairbanks might come a little bit cheaper because people don't consider him an elite guy in the back end.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, just going by relief pitchers on Spot Trek, Fairbanks is projected to have the fourth highest. I mean, $5 million less, $3 million less, $5 million less than Edwin Diaz, and $3 million less per year than Robert Suarez. So, yes, a cheaper option. And I agree. I think if a guy comes about and develops and shows that he is a high leverage guy throughout the season, it's a bonus. You can never have too many guys that can go out there. And I think they do have some people on the roster that are going to get some looks. I also think they have some guys in the minor leagues that are eventually going to get some looks in this high leverage situations, But yeah, I think Orioles need to make a move. I would love it to be a Pete Fairbanks type, but yeah, the Cardinals thing makes no sense to me. And if you want to say, hey, like, yeah, I know his reasoning was like Cardinals make the deal, and then it's so that you can trade him for prospects at the deadline. Why would Pete Fairbanks want to do that? why would you willingly go to a spot that you know, hey, I'm going to be the closer here in limited opportunities because they're not going to be winning many games, just so I can move in the middle of the summer and have to learn a whole new organization? And like, getting traded is not easy. This isn't like all of a sudden you go down a different hallway at work. Like, this is moving states, learning a new team. You have new coaches with different philosophies now. You're pitching differently. Like, it's for a player, I would never willingly, in my prime, like Pete Fairbanks is, when I could get a good contract, be like, hey, I could go somewhere and be a closer on a contending team, but I would rather go to a bad team and then get traded where I don't have a say where I'm getting traded, unless you get a no trade clause, obviously. But why would the Cardinals do that if the only reason they're getting him is to trade him? That's too many moving parts. I'm out on the Cardinals. No, that would make no sense to me.
I think Fairbanks goes where a good deal is, and he goes to a team that can try to win. If I'm any of these closers, why wouldn't a contender go after these guys? Like that's the part, Brad, I'm with you. And hey, love John. Hopefully we'll be with him when he's breaking news down in Orlando.
I mean,
and avoiding a damn poll.
I forgot about that.
Almost whammy. Right,
yeah, for context, we were, it was me, John Morosi, and Rip. We were, I think we told you this, Zach. We were just in a hole in the wall barbecue spot, eating dinner because we hadn't eaten all day, just waiting for this Juan Soto trade to go off. We're having a great time, just talking, life and whatever else. Literally walk out. When we walked out? Yeah, we were walking out, and the Juan Soto deal happened.
Yeah. And
John Morosi is so focused that he almost runs into a telephone pole right in the middle of the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah. We're like, yeah, it's almost like a happy look out. Where the guy almost does drill him on the golf course, Zach. And
would have had to explain why his face got all busted up on camera. Like, it would have been something.
But you know what? That Juan Soto signed with the Mets right then and there.
Yep.
You remember where you were.
Yeah.
And we were there.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll see more of that breaking news. But I just think those closers, if I'm any of those guys, unless like you want to go to a familiar place. So Helsley was saying he was with the Cardinals. Would it make sense to go back because he likes it there? Like, if you want to go back, every player has their priority. But for those other guys, I think the money is going to come from a team that's trying to win, right? Meow. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. And I put out that poll right now, and currently the results of that poll are, I said, who's the best closer out there in free agency? Fairbanks, Diaz, Suarez, or another. And 43% of you right now are saying, well, Suarez is still the best one out there. Robert Suarez, because Albert Suarez, by the way, is also out there, non-tendered. We'll see what happens here. Hey, if you are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button, Ryan Ripken Show. We do this live at 5 right here on the Ryan Ripken Show. Going to be a little bit different this week. Sorry, on YouTube, X, and Facebook. This is the Ryan Ripken Show. We do this on the Ryan Ripken Show on YouTube, X, and Facebook. The holiday is going to throw off some time, so we apologize. That's just what it is. And we have to spend time with family, friends, loved ones. And it doesn't mean that we aren't going to stress over football. Don't worry about that. And Nick Moore can maybe help us. No, he ain't going to help with anything. I was going to say he's going to alleviate those stresses. He ain't going to do that.
Hell no.
But one more baseball topic. We're talking about spending, Zach. Talk about spending. You feel me? Spending. The Yankees don't want to spend less, apparently, allegedly. And the context for this is...
Don't you dare say they're making profit. You can't prove that.
You can't that either. So
you can't prove that.
So Hal Steinbrenner was speaking to the media about, one, payroll, and then two, that don't expect us to pay more and don't expect us to be making all this money just because we're the damn Yankees. So Zach or Brad, can we play that clip real quick?
Yep.
Is it likely you won't go down? You'll probably stay the same or go up then?
I think, would it be ideal if I went down? Of course. But does that mean that's going to happen? Of course not. Again, we want to field a team we know can win a championship, or we believe can win a championship. We don't know anything in that regards as far as the future. But yeah, so it just hasn't changed, John, which is why payrolls have gone up probably every year. Doesn't mean they won't go slightly down one year and then up the year after that. I mean, it all depends on what's out there and what the possibilities are and how much I feel, we're able or we need to pull the trigger on those possibilities.
So the Yankees, they're not all profit and they're not all about the big spend. Now, in Hal's defense, by the way, they have spent a good amount of money over the years, right? And so the context of it, I think people want to look at that. The Yankees aren't going to do what the Mets have done, but they are willing to put a lot of money there. They just signed Max Fried last year. They went out and got Garrett Cole. They acquired Cody Bellinger and Devin Williams in trades. The year before they traded for Juan Soto. So as much heat as he gets for that comment, they have proven that they're still trying to win. Now, have they won in 16 years? They have not. But I think that gets a little bit. I know people in Baltimore. I give Hal a hall pass on that because I think it's a little bit out of context. Zach will never do that. I
just think it's so, because the reason this is even brought up is because Yankee fans have been so disappointed with the product on the field and the fact that it felt like they were taking, cheap outs and shortcuts in roster construction at times. Yeah, they are very top heavy. And then there's not much, at least big star power after you get past the first, at least in the lineup. But it brings me back to a comment that was actually made a year ago. And actually the guy caught a lot of flack for it. One of the reasons Juan Soto said he was signing with the Mets is because he wanted to go to a place that he could win a better chance to win a championship. We just saw the Mets trade Nimmo for Simeon. Let's say the Mets go out and sign Kyle Tucker and the Yankees miss out. Trent Grisham just took $22 million. Let's say now suddenly they have to fall on plan B, whatever it may be, because they're talking about, hey, it's not the worst thing if payroll goes down. We know we've been disappointed the past few years, but it's not the worst thing if the payroll goes down. Where have we ever heard Steve Cohen, if you say, even mention payroll could go down, he'd slap you, even on a virtual interview. He'd be like, you don't think I'll spend more money?
I haven't spent enough.
Yeah. He's like, name the top 3 guys. I'll go give them $1 billion each. So I understand now where it's like, hey, the Mets seem to almost be operating closer to the Dodgers than I will say the Mets are 1000% operating closer to the Dodgers than the Yankees are. The Yankees seem to be suddenly the team in New York that's like, we don't want to spend too much. It wouldn't be the worst thing if the payroll goes down. Where now the Mets are the team that it was the Yankees of hey, have you even considered being a New York Met? You haven't. What if we offer you $100 million more than everyone else? Would that change your mind? And that's kind of where they are. I don't think anyone really saw them as a threat to Soto. It was more of a joke throughout the year of oh, what if, Moneybag Steve comes in and just wows Soto away from New York, from the Yankees. And Yankees fans like, yeah, I'm sure he'd want to go across town. It happened. So I'm going to be honest. Are these comments the worst thing in the world? No, but it's another thing of read the room and don't throw fire on, put gas on fire. If your entire fan base is worried that you're not buying, enough guys that you're not serious about winning, maybe don't come out and kind of threaten them of if you think that we're not or that we're profitable, you can't just assume that and then be yeah, maybe we do lower payroll. It's that would be ideal. And it's okay, some comments you just maybe keep to yourself. Say we're trying to put the best team out there, like he said. Try to say, hey, we're trying to win a World Series and do anything we can to do that. You just don't need to come out and be well, if it goes down, that would be ideal. Don't throw gas on the fire.
So you're saying don't throw gas on the fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't put the turkey in the fryer. Isn't that a big thing around here?
No, you
around
can
this time
put
of year.
Turkey in the fry, or you can put a turkey in a fryer.
No, you ever had turkey?
Yeah,
I have not.
Oh, you haven't?
Nope.
I've been a part of one experience putting that together.
I heard about the one that then blow up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it a frozen turkey? Maybe you don't put a frozen turkey in the. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever we did, we had the right protocol.
Yeah, you have to put a thawed out turkey.
So
you ever work in the fast food industry? You know, you put anything frozen in a deep fryer, it just.
Oh yeah.
We don't want that.
Yeah,
we don't want that. I don't know. Did you guys see that one video of like a mouse trying to run through the deep fryer and then fell right in, fried itself?
Nope. I've seen one of like a little crayfish, like crawdad, do that.
Oh, just eat boop.
Bloop.
That's a tough way to go.
Yep.
But, you know, and again, you're wondering how this connects to Hal Steinbrenner and the Yankees. How do you not see it? How the hell do you not see it? Zach, I was thinking with the Dodgers, though. One thing that's different, the Mets are not like the Dodgers because the Dodgers have like $1 billion in deferred money. That is one thing at least the Dodgers have. They're like, we're going to sign everyone, but we're going to pay this $1 billion down the road here.
It's not how Steve Cohen works. He's like, we'll go band for band right now. He's like, we'll just give it to you up front.
You need half a bill right now. Well, here you go. It's up front.
Oh,
it's taken care of.
You think you could spend more money than me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I would love to interview Steve Cohen one time. And just like that would be that.
Yeah.
Like he has that energy of, I'm so sorry for our fans. Oh, you're questioning me as an owner? Here's another $2 billion. We're going to go win 83 games, but we're going to fix this. Oh, sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mouse in the fryer. Don't fry a turkey. Maybe our guest can talk to us a little bit about like protocol when it comes to that. Maybe he can. But if you guys are new to the channel, again, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We are live at 5 on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Welcome to Thanksgiving week. We are thankful for all of you, and we are thankful for our next guest that's coming on. He says he wants to continue to do more with us. He is our friend. He is one of the most sought after long snappers, and he's also one of the most well-defended long snappers in the NFL.
The most double-teamed long snapper in the NFL.
The word is out. Eliminate 46. Don't let him wreck the game.
It might be our fault. We brought attention.
I think it did, but he's our friend. He's your friend. He is Nick Moore. Nick.
Gentlemen, how is it? How's it going for you guys?
It is good, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving week, by the way.
Happy Thanksgiving week to you, gentlemen.
Have you ever fried a turkey?
I personally have never done it. No. I've watched it done a lot, but I've never done it.
All right.
We're trying to find proper protocol for what you do. Apparently, frozen foods in deep fryer.
Yeah, no frozen food in deep fryer.
Bad. Interesting.
Bad. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It erupts. It explodes. Hey, also sweet cleats yesterday. By the way, those were awesome.
Yeah,
your cause.
What was the cause? Let us know.
I was partnered with Warrior Canine Connection, the Maryland company. They do they help house and train service animals, and then they help get them outsourced to veterans with disabilities and PTSD and injuries and things like that to kind of help them with their regular life and give them a good friend to have. So it was a really good cause. And, you know, two things that my wife and I are really close to us, animals, dogs in particular, and then the military. So it was a great cause. We've done a lot of work with them at the facility over the last, about the last 12 months. They come to the facility every so often and get to meet some of the doggies. And I've actually had a couple named after some fallen soldiers that I know or I've met or I've known their families and such. So it's a really great cause, and the cleats turned out freaking awesome. Shout out to my boy Alex. Alex has done all 3 times I've done my cause, my cleats. Alex, young kid at Purdue University. He's done all my cleats over the years, and he does a fantastic job every time, and they always turn out sick. So I was very, very honored and happy to wear those cleats yesterday.
They were fashionable. They look great. Even on you, they made you look good, especially when you're not wearing the all white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it really looks good. And also, I'm not surprised. Big Ten guy makes some really good products. It's just something in the water up there. But in all seriousness, Nick, that is awesome. And it is Thanksgiving week, so it's a good timing for all of it. That was awesome. And I'm sure that we're going to get more of the photos up there for
Yeah, we're getting some out. Hopefully today or tomorrow we're gonna get some out. The Ravens did a great job yesterday. Got a lot of pictures and got them out to us pretty quick. So hopefully we can have some stuff coming out here in next few hours.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Bud, you guys have won 5 in a row.
Yes, we have.
You're not at the bottom of the mountain anymore. I mean,
No.
hey, you know what? Don't get complacent though. This isn't like a feel good. Like, hey, tighten your shit up. But like, how do you feel right now that like you guys battled through? And
hey, special teams did great yesterday.
Yeah. Hey, didn't you get a game ball?
I accepted a game ball on behalf of the entire punt unit. I did not. I was not the sole recipient, so it was all 11 of us working together on team effort there. So,
what a!
I just happened to be the closest guy to Harbs in his proximity. He had eyes on me, and he just like, you know what, you Nick, you got it. I was standing right in front of him, so.
Yeah, I know how Nick's going to tell me that story later on. Is like, Harb singled me out. Nick, you did a great job. I'm kidding, Nick. I'm kidding. Calm down. He'll cinnamon. The unit itself was phenomenal. I would argue your unit yesterday, the whole special teams, all 11 on there, was the true difference in the game.
Yeah.
It was sensational all the way around, getting down the field to make the tackles. And Stout, dude, was just booming that thing, man.
Yeah.
Booming.
Yeah.
I mean, he took the most dramatic pause of just like, give me my flowers for 10 seconds on the field. It was great.
And he deserved every 10 seconds of that. But I mean, that was like poetry, Nick. Talk about, you were on the field for some of those things.
I was. Yeah, Jordan played out of his mind yesterday. That's the Jordan Stout I've known. We see him at practice doing that stuff all the time. I feel like the guy hits 70+ yarders in practice every day. It's a dime a dozen. And for him, I'm just so happy for him to be able to get that in a game and in a really, a pretty tough environment. I think, Brad, you were at the game. Like, it was pretty windy, like on the field. The wind was kind of all over the place. Those 2 long ones he had in particular, wind was kind of coming into our face off our left side. And he's been working his tail off, man. And I'm just so happy to see him being able to go out there, executing the game and really, flip the field and change the game for us. I mean, that one, the one we downed him on the 5, that 67-yarder. I mean, that's in the 4th quarter. It's a 1-score game. Like, I think it might have been 20-10, but it's a close game at the end in the 4th quarter, and we, offense kind of gets stalemated there, and we go out there, we run the clock out, and then Jordan has, arguably the best late game punt I've ever seen, and some of our coaches probably would say the same. Just such a great punt, such a perfect punt, and such a crucial time for us, and really backing them up. And our defense went out there and did what they were supposed to do, and got the 4 and out on that next drive. So it was all around great game for him. He's been punting the ball great the last 5 or 6 games. So I'm very happy. I know he's ecstatic, and he should be. And the guy's been playing his tail off, and I think he's going to continue to do that. As we've seen over the last, this 5-game winning streak, special teams plays a huge role, whether it's field goal, whether it's tackling them inside the 25 on kickoff, whether it's downing them inside the 20 on punt, whether it's getting a big return or forcing a bad punt on punt return. Like, this is how you win games down the stretch and into the playoffs. So we need all phases of special teams. We need us all to continue to do what we've been doing. There's obviously things we can get better at, but I'm super pleased with how everybody's been going. Some of these young guys are coming in and really, showing out, setting the tone, doing some pretty remarkable things. So it's just been fun to watch. I'm slightly jealous because they're taking away all the tackles, but they're
because
they are. I mean, TJ Tampa is playing out of his mind.
Hell of a game yesterday.
Yeah, hell of a game. And then Keandre Jackson is just an absolute game changer for us since he joined the 53-man a couple weeks ago. He's just been an absolute pleasure to have on special teams. He's just been such a vital piece that we've been missing for a while. So he's a stud, and he brings everybody around him up. And Jake Hummel and Charlie Kolar have been playing great. Chandler Martin came in, this was his 2nd game, made some major strides from game 1 to game 2. He's been playing great. Trent Simpson's doing what he always does on special teams, plays great. Malachi's doing everything and then some on defense and special teams. And it's just been a total team effort for all these guys. And I'm super happy with where we're at, but we got to continue to get better and continue to work on some of these things as we get into these big division games against the Steelers and the Bengals, and then 2 non-division games against 2 really great opponents. So we got big challenges coming up, but we're in a good spot right now. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing.
Hey, one at a time, Nick. Calm down here.
I know.
And you know what?
I
Some
know.
would say that these tackles are opening up for other people because the game plan is shut down.
I'm taking the guy. I'm taking all
right.
the blockers away, man.
That's right.
That's exactly it. Brad, you got a question?
Oh yeah, so it's interesting how the season has evolved, Nick, because the beginning of the season it was like, what's going on with the defense? How come they can't stop a nosebleed? And now it's kind of like things have shifted a little bit in the offense has now struggled, and Lamar was pretty vocal about that yesterday as far as like lack of execution. And I think we heard from someone else on the offense, it was Derrick Henry as well, just like not executing. And I don't know, obviously you can't speak a whole lot on that, being the special teams guy, I'm sure, but is there anything that like you can speak on to like what exactly that means when they're talking about just like execution? Obviously you want to make sure that you're making the right plays and all that. But like, what is that? It's like for the regular fan, like what does that mean when they say that?
I mean, I immediately go to when someone talks about execution, I'm thinking not all 11 guys are working the same thing. Maybe a couple guys got different calls, or maybe one guy is confused on what he needs to do and doesn't block the right man, or everybody's on the same page and then they're just not actually getting it done. Like they're not blocking the guys, the holes aren't opening up, guys aren't, executing the catches or whatever it may be. There's definitely been some disjointedness. Offenses, they've had some really good moments, the last couple of weeks, and they've had some moments where, I would imagine people are scratching their heads as kind of what's going on. And I know they're frustrated, and I can see it on them, and they haven't been shy to talk about it. So I know that they're struggling, and they're working together, trying to figure it out and get back to that machine. Because I mean, you look at the first couple of games of the season, like we were scoring. What did we score? 100,
like 40 points a game.
Yeah,
1 million points.
Yeah, we were over 110 points in the first 3 games, and we haven't. Obviously, we had some injuries and this and that, and been shuffling some pieces around, but we haven't looked as efficient as maybe we were at the beginning of the season. And I know that they're working on that. Lamar is working tirelessly to try to get that fixed. I mean, he's a perfectionist. He wants to be the game changer, the MVP type player that he is. And he's frustrated when he himself isn't playing up to that standard. So I know that those guys are going to get that figured out in these coming weeks, because we got some, we're going to have to score some points. I mean, that's just the nature of this game. And luckily for us, like, from a special team standpoint, like offense has been doing enough to get us in range to make some of these field goals, and Tyler's done a great job of executing these field goals and getting points on the board, and not making these drives that have been pretty good that end up stalling out, whether that's in the red zone or just outside the red zone on the fringe. And getting points out of those are still confidence boosters, because at the end of the day, I mean, every time you can get points on the board is huge for the team, and it's it's game-changing plays anytime you can score. So for us, for them, obviously they want to get touchdowns, but for us as a whole, it's a win out of a drive if we can get down there and give ourselves a chance to get 3 points. And obviously we'd love 7, but at the end of the day, just scoring points on every drive is huge for us. So they've been doing good, and I know that they're going to continue to work and continue to sharpen the tools and get better at the execution side of it. And I think that we're going to start, continue to get better and start growing and start scoring more points. And then I have full faith in our offense. We got some of the best playmakers in all of football. So I think they're going to continue to do what they do, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue, or you made it earlier, the point earlier, I should say, that special teams can win or lose games. It's all 3 phases. Well, some days, like one of those phases might be good, and it's really hard to win if the other 2 aren't really firing. Yeah. Usually 2 of the 3, you got a shot. And if you're firing on all 3, that's when you whoop ass, right? So in this case, 2 of the 3 are firing on all cylinders. Special teams has made plays. defense has looked good.
Turning the ball over.
I mean, it's been great. And I think that's what I love. The fact is the Ravens offense is not humming like it was, but they're still winning games.
Yeah.
And now, like, you get the opportunity to still right the ship. And also, by the way, the Jets defense, I think, deserves a little bit better credit. They're playing with a lot of pride. The Browns defense just put up 10 sacks, Nick. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw
Miles Garrett is, oh my,
a machine, bro.
Chance,
He's a machine. What did he have? 4? Did he have 4?
I think he only had 3. He's only got like 14 sacks in like 3 games.
Yeah.
Or like whatever.
He's at 18 sacks already.
Yeah. Only.
He's
got, there was a stat that was put out there. I think Orlovsky put it out. It was like Garrett's total sacks and then teams below him
entire team.
As the entire team.
Bro, so I looked at his stats. Obviously, we played him last week or a week and a half ago, and I looked at his stats because we were just checking because he had 4 against us. And so we're like, oh my God. I was just like on the plane on the way back. I was like, oh my God, like what are his stats? Because I know he had 5 in a game earlier. He had 15 through 10 games.
Yeah.
We had 15 as a team through 10 games.
He's not a real person.
No.
Like I don't know what he is. We made
He's
the
unbelievable.
Point well, also arguably 2 of the top, if you're going to argue they're the top 2, but they're at least up there with Myles Garrett and TJ Watt are top pass rushers, and they both happen to be in the AFC.
This probably won't ever happen again, but like if there was a defensive player to be MVP, it's got to be Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
he's knocking at the door, man. If he breaks that 22.5.
But would he get it if the Browns only win 4 games this year, or 5 games? Like, do you give it there?
Yeah.
Zach, you
It'll
have
be
a thought
tough.
here?
Dude, what if he ends up with like 25, 26?
I know. Like, he deserves more than
shatters
just
the record.
defensive player of the year.
What if he gets like 35?
Well, so that's what I'm saying. He has 14 over the last 5 games. He has 14 sacks over the last 5 games. They have 6 games left, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
If he puts up 4, let's just say he goes 14 over 6. So one more game to hit that would be ridiculous. But that would be 32 sacks. That you have to get. I don't care if the Browns never scored a point on offense.
Yeah.
That's your MVP because he's getting doubled every play. You only have it's not like this is a guy who it's like, dang, like he's getting all these one-on-one matchups. Yeah. They're throwing the kitchen sink at him. He's getting chipped. He's getting double teamed. And then a running back is coming to hit him. And he's still finding the quarterback.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not like this year there's a runaway MVP. It's not like you have the Lamars or, Mahomes or any of that. Like right now we're saying this could be the year a running back does it. If there was ever a year, if Myles Garrett shatters that sack record, I've put the number at 30. If he gets 30, I don't know how you don't hand him the award. And last thing, Ryan, I know you're just making a point. We've got to quit with the TJ Watt, Myles Garrett conversations. They're not in the same stratosphere. Nobody's in Myles Garrett's stratosphere.
Correct.
TJ Watt is an elite of elite pass rusher. Myles Garrett might be one of the greatest we'll ever see in this game. Like it is unreal what he does.
But I said
that includes Aaron Donald.
But I just said, Aaron Donald, I think is the best interior.
No, we're talking pass rushers though.
Okay. If we're just talking pass rusher, I'd say Garrett. If you're talking about all-around defensive player, Aaron Donald, we're talking about double teams. Like, so Nick Moore and Myles Garrett get double teamed, right? Aaron Donald gets triple team, quadruple team.
Yeah,
right? So,
he gets the whole line. He gets all.
Yeah, he gets the whole line. Like Nick Moore and Myles Garrett are in rare air. They get the attention of the entire line. Nick, like, how does that feel that you and Myles Garrett?
I don't know what it is, man. They did it again yesterday, man. They did it.
Did they say anything to you?
No, they just fucking put me on my ass, bro.
Hey, do you remember which play? Because one of my
do.
favorite times now.
I only had so many. I can remember them all. So
okay, perfect. So Zach, we're gonna go back and look at
we'll find them.
Okay, so you got to get both angles because you can't tell from one of them.
Okay.
It was the second punt, and we were going to the left of our bench, and 45 just ran through my. Oh no, sorry, it was 51. And then 45 added on, and then I got tripped. Okay, I was going down probably, but the trip made it even faster. I went down pretty quick, like a sack of potatoes.
So you just said the trip. You got tripped, and you
I stepped on.
You were
I stepped
probably
on my
going
teammate.
down. You stepped on your teammate.
Yeah,
so you're probably going down. So that's what the NFL was telling you, is that, the tackle was being made because he was falling down. Just thought it was a good comparison.
We'll see. That's under debate. We'll see.
So you got so Zach, we're to look at this. So
Yeah, we'll
the
look
rate
at
of
that.
how hard Nick hit the ground.
Yeah,
would be great. Any other moments that you remember?
No, I mean the first punt I got like semi chipped. They were trying to block Malachi the PP. I ended up that was the one I ended up jumping on the pile. And then second one I got on the ground, and then third one I got beat up pretty good. And then the fourth one, they rushed the punt, so I had to stay in. Whenever they rush, we're not getting out. Like, our job is to make sure the punt doesn't get blocked. So wasn't able to get out super fast there.
But you know what? You did a great job. I mean, my favorite thing now each week is we like to grade the whole performance. Special teams been phenomenal, but we do want to see.
It's been fun to watch. It's been fun.
It is fun to see the really in the trenches. Now that we know that they're trying to take you out of the game, then we got to
I don't know if that's the actual plan. It was one team's plan,
dude. Sources are out there, man.
No, I don't know.
Sources.
Hey, the scout teams are out there.
I'm gonna get hit this week too. I'm going to tell you that. Cincy, they always hit me. They love to
wait.
Yeah,
we'll
flop
in there.
Wait, who was that player 2 years ago that we were talking to Nick about that would blew up his spot?
It was Wilkins that would blow.
Well, yeah, Wilkins. Yeah.
He's
so
he got me. Yeah, he got me.
But so
doing some weird stuff. He went in that locker room was doing some weird stuff after that too.
He probably was.
Oh, sugar. You're a good kid, Nick. I don't think about you.
Cincinnati always gets me. I made a tackle on my first punt against the Bengals, and I have gotten blocked. So first time we played him at home, I lit the returner up. He stayed on his feet, unfortunately. And then I made a tackle on the next one. And then I have
someone up. And
we hit each other really hard. Let's just put it that way.
and you fell down.
I did fall down.
Hey, time out. What game is this?
I don't know. It was against the Bengals. It was against the Bengals at some point in sometime in the 2020s, somewhere in there.
Your first year? Write that down.
Oh, I'll find it.
I'll go ahead and tell you, bro. It was the Bengals at the bank, 2021, and it was literally right on the shield in the middle of the field, and we collided with each other. He bounced back, and I basically hit him, and I kind of got buckled and went to my knee, and then he got tackled right away. I didn't.
Oh,
that
so
was
you slowed him down.
Yeah, I mean, that slowed him down. And then the next time we played him in Cincinnati later on that season, I made a tackle, and since then I have been getting lit up against the Bengals. they always find a way to block me. They do these cross stunts, and they hit me or they rush the punt and make it hard for me to get out and affect the coverage, because I haven't come close to a tackle against them since 2021. This is the year, though. I'm telling you, they're going to block the other guys.
If you get it,
just clip that. So
no chance.
That'll come back.
Yeah.
I'm going to try my best.
Hey, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. But if you get a tackle on Thanksgiving,
I'm going to lose my mind.
I might call you.
Yeah.
I might call you right after the game.
Eat my chicken. Eat my chicken, baby. Let me get that turducken, dude. Let me get a little bit of that turducken.
Nick, I will say, I don't know if you watched were able to catch any of the Eagles Cowboys game.
I saw it.
But long snapper recovering that fumble, and it went through my mind. I was like, I had an out of body experience where I was like, what would go through my mind if there was a pile and here came 46 out with the football? I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do.
So actually my first ever game in the NFL against the Steelers on Wednesday night in 2020. The second punt I was in, dude knocks the ball out, gets off their returner. I'm there. I'm not. The ball goes backwards, so I was close to the contact. Ball gets shot backwards. I'm probably 10 or 12 yards away from the ball. I'm like, it's mine. I can see it. And then Anthony Levine, who's now Coach Bean for us, comes out of nowhere, just goes right by me, scoops it up. I was like, that makes sense. It's a muff though, so we couldn't. It was a muffed punt, so we couldn't advance it, but we did scoop it, And then we had a big party in the end zone.
Hey, one of these days.
One day, dude. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. I don't know the last time we had like a muffed punt or a fumbled punt return where the ball actually got out. Like there's been a couple muffs where the guy like muffed it and fell right on it. But there hasn't been one where like last night, we haven't had a play like that where dude gets hit and the ball just shoots out.
Yeah.
We've had those on kickoff. We had 2 of those against the Vikings this year, but we haven't had one like that on punt since that game. I would venture to guess. I don't think we've had one since that game.
Not yet.
My very first game. Yeah, not yet. It's
Not
coming
yet.
at some point.
Don't let 46 wreck the game. I can't wait until it happens, and we're gonna have it here. Don't let him wreck it.
I almost got that one out against the Vikings.
Yeah.
It started to come out. He held on to it like up here. He's like holding it. Like, oh, it almost came out, but I didn't. It didn't come out.
I can't wait. This is gonna be. I cannot wait for it to happen. It's Thursday night, big play. You recover it. They're doing the stars of the game, and there's Nick Moore with the big old
turducken.
That's right.
Yeah, there it is.
Eating the turducken.
All right. Hey, I know you got to go be a family man and do your thing.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you. Give the fam my best. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I will talk to you probably in like a couple hours, but
All right, boys.
okay, dude.
Thanks,
Y'all
Nick.
be good. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. All right.
Happy Thanksgiving, my man.
Good
All right,
luck,
see you, boys.
Nick. See ya.
See you guys.
Nick Moore, everybody. I can't wait until he actually recovers a ball.
I will lose my shit. I will be yelling at the TV.
I just wonder though if like after the moment, if he ever gets interviewed with it, if he'll have like a Ricky Bobby moment of like the car runs well. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
I could see Nick.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so excited, and then in the moment, he's just gonna black out.
Yes.
But that would be electric. Imagine the Ravens beat the Bengals or clinch the game because Nick Moore recovered the ball. And then it says, this is why you game plan number 46, game record.
Pro Bowler.
All pro. What are you smiling about over there, Zach?
I'm trying to right now. I'm going through NFL.
Oh, you're looking for the clip?
I'm trying my hardest to find him and the Levine just outrunning him for the football. I need to see what's going on here. But yeah, I'll find it and I'll get back to everyone at some point, whether it's during the show or not. I'll get back to people on it.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid. Always good having him on. It seems like they understand they got to fix some things offensively, but right now the Ravens, they're up there in the betting space now. They are heavily favored to win the division after the Steelers lost to the Bears. And the Ravens play the Steelers in 2 weeks. They have 2 meetings still left on the season. Actually, the Ravens still have 4 division games all down the stretch. Cincinnati, then Pittsburgh, and then I think it's Cincinnati again, and then the Patriots, and then they end up down the road, Green Bay and the Steelers. But if you guys are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. It's been a fun show so far, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And before we continue to dive into the rest of our conversations here, we do want to at least close off in the Maryland section of everything that's happened in the great state. So why don't we take a quick trip, Zach, around Maryland? And as you guys know, we always take the under for graphics coming up. Under 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Hey,
there it is. And around Maryland, brought to you by our friends over at Next Move Charm City and the Belanger team at Lone Depot. Here, I got some other glasses today. Here we go. Are you guys ready to make your next move? Well, if you are, Shannon, Brett, and Rich at the Belanger team at Lone Depot are here to help you on that journey, whether it is suburbs, city, or shore. Make the right move with Next Move Charm City. Hey, how you doing? We appreciate them. We appreciate you. We did talk about what could happen with the Orioles. We did talk about what's going on with the Ravens. not a lot to talk about with the Commanders. You know, they play on Sunday night against the Broncos. Their season's over before it really had a chance to get back on track.
Yep.
They are not a young team. They don't have a lot of draft picks upcoming, by the way, too. But they are going to continue to work, continue to grind. But it does seem like they avoided a serious injury for Jaden. That is the biggest situation there. Now, there's that other team in Maryland, University of Maryland. They welcomed Michigan this past week. It went as you thought it would. Michigan just came in and just waxed the Terps. And now, Zach, don't you have that crazy stat with Maryland facing ranked Big Ten teams? What's that stat?
Yeah, something. I know that Mike Loxley has never beaten a Big Ten. Let me get the official.
I don't like where this is going.
Statistic. Sorry, so Loxley alone is 0-20 versus ranked Big Ten opponents, and Maryland is 0 for their last 40, I believe, as a program. So since joining, this was on November 1st, as of November 1st, 2025, Maryland was 0-37 versus ranked Big Ten teams since joining the conference in 2014. I guess they've added maybe 2 or 3 more since then. So, yep, this hasn't been a ranked team since.
And it hasn't been here in 20 years, it feels like, or 15,
yeah.
17, 18.
Yeah. I think his last game was him beating a ranked team as well.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Shirts and pants.
Went 9-3 that season, I believe, and Maryland didn't want to. Why would you want a winning season? Why would you?
No, who would want that? But for the Terps, what started off 4-0 and now have lost every single.
Are we up to 8 straight? 7 straight? 8 straight?
You know what? This is what we get to. It happens. You know, I want the Terps to do well. We all want the Terps to do well. Yeah, I said I need a water.
Remember when they were 4-0 and we were like, maybe this ain't the usual Terps. Like, there's some fight. And
they had leads and
they had the lead. It could have been 6-0.
Could have been 7.
Remember after the first blown lead versus, what was it, Washington, and Sean Merriman came on. And he was like, my only hope is that this doesn't spiral. I have unfortunate news about that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, this is also the worst one. Tom, I appreciate you bringing this up because this was brought up to me on Twitter the other day. The Orioles have won a game more recently than the Terps football.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like, that doesn't seem real, but it is. I mean, the baseball season, it's crazy. It ended at the end of September. That's only just under 2 months ago, but that's still really bad when you think that the Terps have played for 2 more months and haven't won a game. Oh, sugar. So you know what, guys? It could always be worse. It could always be worse somewhere else. You could be the fan of a different team, and they're just in misery for decades. And that's going to bring us out of the state of Maryland, and we're going to go to the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
Because back on this weekend recap, if you've been a Cleveland Brown fan your entire life, you haven't had the great moments since
forever.
The 80s.
Yeah, never.
The early 90s.
The Cleveland Browns have never had a great moment. Ever.
Well, I mean, they've had moments. They had some Browns legends and moments back decades ago, but since they came back into the league as the Cleveland Browns, when the Ravens became the Ravens, it has been something of a dysfunction the entire way. And actually, one of the hot stories from the weekend was the Brownies were playing the Raiders. And that is not the storyline. It was the fact that Shedeur Sanders was having his first start of his NFL career. And obviously, Shedeur is polarizing to a lot because of people want to look at how he presents himself to the media, to then on top of it, the Browns have just been dysfunctional for a very long time. They haven't found a quarterback, and rookie quarterbacks for them in their first start don't win games until yesterday. Shedeur Sanders broke that streak. Zach, what it had been since like 1995 or
They were 0-17, 0 in their last 17 when a quarterback made their NFL debut for the Browns.
that is crazy.
But here's my thing, and we'll get into this, but like, when was the last time the Browns had 11 sacks in one game? Just as long.
Only 10. It's 10 sacks.
Whatever, 10 double-digit sacks, okay? And it also been like 30 years since that had happened. I hope Shedeur Sanders has a great career. I hope that he somehow changes the narrative in Cleveland and does all the great things. But I'm not ready to crown this guy just yet. And that's where I think the rub is for a lot of people. It's like, if you look at Shedeur Sanders since he has started, and even yesterday he had completed 50% of his passes, 1 touchdown, 2 INTs. His QBR is 4.5. Can we just slow down a little bit? And I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders himself. Because I don't know if you guys saw this, but he said that he was quoted as saying, and actually, you know what? Screw it. We're playing this clip because the clip.
Talking about the clip on CBS?
Nope.
The interview after the game?
It was his press conference today.
Okay.
Just take a listen.
Everybody could analyze. Everybody could say everything from sideline. You could watch TV, everything. You could be.
Oh,
you could
sorry.
talk on TV, whatever you want to do. But until you get out there and you do it, then it's different. Going out there, with only practice with the $100 and everything, like that's different. It's a lot of vet quarterbacks, that had their time and everything that were backups and was able to get thrown in the game and be all right. But I don't think that was like that in their rookie year. That's a difference, Like that's different, and I'm thankful for that experience because that helped me get to where I am today. That helped me go into the game very comfortable, knowing that they got a great defense with the Ravens, knowing the different looks, how they could be confusing to the naked eye. But that's why during the game I was smiling so much because I'm like, oh yeah, if this what it is, I know I'm gonna be able to accept that challenge and move forward one day and be able to have success.
So the big rub for me on that was that he said there was a lot of vet quarterbacks that had their time and everything, and they went, they were backups and got thrown into the game and they were all right. He said, but I don't think they were like that in their rookie year, which is just not true.
Well, I actually will say of all the comments, his interview today, that one I don't think would have been the one that for me personally. I think the ones that bother is when if I have more time, like this is how it's going to be, and you know what I like, or this is you're going to see more of this, and it's like, well, more of this.
I sure hope not.
The story of the game was the defense. The defense was fantastic. Now, did Shedeur have good moments? The stat that's still wild to me is that the Browns have completed 1 pass over 35 yards this year until yesterday where Shedeur had 3. And he's got starter qualities. He has an ability that it's going to be exciting to see where it goes. But where the thing that gets me is the Browns. I go back to the Browns as an organization. It just feels very divided on how they are viewing it. Like, this is the point. I mentioned that Shedeur won his rookie start, his first start in his career. The Browns haven't won in a little bit. And Kevin Stefanski, after the game, rightfully talked about the defense, but also you could tell he didn't really want to talk or mention anything about Shedeur. So I thought that was interesting, Zach. I think we have the Kevin Stefanski clip, or Brad. Let's play that clip real quickly in the locker room, and then we can talk a little bit further about this.
How about that road win? Stayed resilient together like I told you we needed to, right? Stay resilient together, and we fought together. How about Gage's big punt return on special teams? How about Corey? Every single time you're out there pinning those guys doing your job. Great job. Offense wasn't perfect. How about that big play by Sam at the end? IB, huge play. Q, huge play. Harold making a big play. And then another rookie making his first start. Nice job, Shedeur. Well done. There's that old saying, save the best for last. How about that fucking defensive performance? Holy is what I have to say about that. 10 sacks by our defense. 10 sacks. Okay? I got one ball in my hand. Okay, I got a guy, he's got to get a cold every week. Okay, he had a cold this week. Wasn't feeling himself. 3 sacks, which gives him 18 on the season through 11 games, which breaks his own Browns record. Myles Garrett. Come on, man. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow. Hey, I'll see you Wednesday.
So it seems like in the locker room overall, applause. Like it's
days off, hell yeah!
Everyone loves it. Some days off. The reason
Got
why
me fired up.
This whole dysfunction is clearly when you're looking at with Dylan Gabriel and Shador compared to Dylan. Is it fair to say if we're looking at starter quality traits of looking at that Shador even in one start, it looks like the process is a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, and here's what I'll say to this. So I like I said at the top of this topic, that there needs to be breaks to be pumped. But what I will say is after watching that game, now granted, I know it was the Raiders. Sure, Sanders was a different quarterback this week than he was last week against the Ravens. The poise that he had and the way that he was reading that defense, that the one pass out to Jerry Jeudy that Jerry Jeudy inevitably fumbled.
Oh my goodness!
But Shador's part in that play was incredible. He just swept out, saw the play, and made the pass. He just looked so comfortable, so poised that that felt like a veteran quarterback type of play.
Yeah.
That this wasn't his first start. So there were some qualities that I feel like, yes, he could be the starter there. I just don't like, and we've talked about this like with Caleb Williams. I don't like that we're just automatically painting this person as a star when he's got 1.5 starts under his belt, completing 41% of his passes. I'm not ready to make that. I hope that he does, but I'm not ready to make that call. I will say that with plays like that, it seems as if he's got starter qualities about him. I would agree with that.
Well, and I think he's got to be the starter. He deserves to be the starter moving forward. And also, you can't go into your locker room like that after winning a game. And granted, the defense, who's been balling out all year, and then you finally have a guy earlier on the touchdown, the first touchdown of the game, Shador rolled out and hummed it, 50 yards, hell of a throw. And even Myles Garrett was like, not a lot of quarterbacks that I've seen make that throw. So your players like this dude, talent-wise, he's got to get out there. Now, is he going to be the franchise quarterback? I don't know. The thing, I think the reality of where I'm going with this, Zach, is the Browns in general, you hope it works out, but if it does, where do you stand with your team? I think it's just the Browns are in such a weird position as a franchise still. And I just – the whole situation of how things have gone doesn't sit right. Like that, I'm trying to articulate that, Zach, but you know what I mean, right? It's just something seems off.
Well, it's because it's the Browns. It's the Browns organization, man.
So hold on, let's see, Zach. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean the best case for the Browns is this works out with Shador. He was officially named. Kevin Stefanski named him the starter. Dylan Gabriel was cleared from concussion protocol. He is healthy, so this has nothing to do with health. This has nothing to do with Dylan Gabriel. Shador Sanders is the starter at least this week for the Browns. And that team looks so different with Shador than with Dylan Gabriel. I mean, Dylan Gabriel, he looked like a guy that he was a great college quarterback. Sometimes they're just guys that are incredible. They're winners in college, but it's a different game. It's a different game when you get to the pros. Shador looked much closer, at least, to a starting caliber quarterback in my mind. The offense looked better throwing the ball, even though, yes, it was still the Browns. It wasn't the best game, Browns versus Raiders. But the biggest thing for me is if Shador can prove, at least right now, that he is a guy you can give an opportunity to be that, I don't want to say, top end quarterback, but at least the starter for next year. I mean, the Browns have 2 first-round picks. They have their second. They have 10 picks in this 2026 draft. And it would be really nice for Cleveland if they didn't have to spend the highest one on a quarterback and do this all over again. If you can then now use those 10 picks and those 2 first-round picks, which at least one is going to be in the top 10 with their own, it opens up so much for them to add talent around Shedeur. Go get a wide receiver, go get someone, go get some offensive line help, really build up this roster this offseason. I understand he was on the sideline and he's like soft launching his comeback. I don't think Deshaun Watson ever takes a snap for the Browns again. You can get off of his contract this season. Their best case scenario right now is Shedeur Sanders at least becomes a serviceable quarterback, because then you can build around them. If this goes the next 5-6 games, he looks awful. They lose out the rest and it doesn't look like there's anything there. It's going to be another drama-filled offseason, because either the fans, after Shedeur doesn't look great, everyone wants a restart with quarterback. Now you're going to get scrutiny for drafting a quarterback in the first round, but you probably have to. And then obviously it's just all the added thing. So best case for the Browns is Shedeur is a serviceable quarterback.
Here's what I'll say to that, Zach. If Shedeur Sanders, as you said, is a serviceable quarterback, and let's just say he's at worst, he just doesn't lose them games and is that game manager type of quarterback, the Browns can be real dangerous.
With the Texans right now.
With the defense being the way that it is, if they don't get any better on offense, or maybe they even get slightly better on offense, they're going to be a ridiculously dangerous team. Another typical AFC North type physical.
They could challenge the Ravens and the Bengals and the Steelers.
They would be what the Texans are. The Texans with Davis Mills, just an okay offense. You're like a serviceable offense. Just let that defense do what they do.
Yeah. And one thing I want to say that the Browns are like looking for is like each team, like, to me, has a swagger to them. Like, has a confidence that with the group that they have, or whoever it is, brings that to their team. So, like, the example, if we're going to go through the AFC North, when Lamar Jackson plays, you always think you're going to win because it's Lamar Jackson. On the Bengals, you have Joe Burrow. The Steelers, while they've had this merry-go-round for quarterbacks, having Mike Tomlin, you're like, we're going to be in the fight. We're going to be there. We might be 9-8, but we're going to be in the fight, right? The Browns haven't had that swagger, at least the quarterback position, since early Baker, where they actually looked like, oh, damn, like this is a team that you don't want to play. Instead, right now, the Browns are like, they could be a pain in our ass, but we don't fear the Browns. Shedeur, what he can bring is a swagger to the team as well of, hey, I got belief, and we believe that if I can make some plays, this defense, like you said, Brad, we can beat up on teams, and you better watch out. And I would be curious. I'm actually glad in this case the Ravens don't have to go to Cleveland later in the year. I'm glad it's done.
Yeah.
Because I do think if Shedeur builds confidence down the stretch here and he gets a little better each week, this Browns team is going to play spoiler, and they're going to be a pain in the ass, especially if Myles Garrett's out there being half like cyborg. Like, what do you describe him as? I still don't know, but what I do know is he is the best defensive player. He is arguably the best player in the NFL, period, right now. And if they get a little bit better, they're going to cause a lot of problems for teams, because their losses this year, they had an embarrassing loss to the Ravens. They had a tough loss to the Jets, but the common theme was they couldn't move the ball on offense. They couldn't get it done. That defense has been rock solid. So we will see what's going to happen there. But all eyes are going to be on Cleveland for the rest of the year to see how it plays out. And a big reason is going to be, is Shedeur Sanders going to be your future? Or are you going to have to go into 2026, 2027 with brand new plans? But hey, if you are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show, live at 5 here, Monday through Friday on YouTube, X, and Facebook. I saw Joe in the comments. Was there a show yesterday? Because we're doing more shows, it's hard for us to do the weekends. Zach does the reactions on Sundays. So he's there, and Kevin and Zach Reacts does the whole football Sunday recap on Sunday nights. Around the NFL, otherwise, guys, I mean, we talked earlier about, like, there was some great games. I still think my favorite, like, kind of like, damn, what the hell kind of happened moment was famous Jameis catching that. We mentioned it to start off the show. That was
incredible.
So damn fun. That, like, I love the Lions too, and Jahmyr Gibbs is just such a beast. But I wanted Jameis to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Just for him being tight end one. Like, the fact that who was that? Was like Gunner, like, juked the guy and threw on the run, and Jameis comes back to the ball and readjusts and then stiff arms into the end zone. And then the celebrations, man. You know he wants to have some fun. So that was
I mean, the Giants yesterday did what every losing team with their backup or third string quarterback, I guess technically, should do. And it's, why not? Just go in and say, why not? Oh, we want to, double pass back to Jameis and then just throw a Hail Mary and find a wide open Wan'Dale Robinson in the end zone? Yeah, let's try it. Oh, we want to try to get Jameis in a one-on-one situation down 30 yards down the field to make a play? Why not? They went out there and they're like, screw it. I know people at the end were like, oh, why did I think it was like 4th down on their own 6, or 4th and goal on their 6th. And they were up 3 and it was like, kick the field goal to go up 6, make them score a touchdown. Why? It was like 3-4 minutes left in the game. Try to score a touchdown and end this thing. We're not playing for the playoffs. They're actually the first team eliminated yet, or last week, I think. It's like, you don't need to play for, try to win the game. Have some fun. No one cares about kicking a field goal to go up 6 when you're the Giants sitting at 2-9 going into this game. Go out there and try to make something happen. Yes, they lost the game, but that's what every bad team, that's the mentality you have to have. And that's what makes a team like the Giants dangerous when they have Jameis, who is just going to go out there and makes the decision beforehand. He's like, I will throw the ball as far as possible. I think he averaged 20 yards per reception. So completed pass.
He was homing.
Push the ball down the field, see what happens.
I think now there's another stat that I read, it could be stat corrected here, that there's 2 players in the history of the NFL to have to caught a touchdown or to throw a touchdown and have like 25 yards receiving in the process. And I think it's Jameis Winston and Tom Brady. So obviously those are the same players.
Also, it just needs to be said, Brian Daboll, for all intents and purposes, for nothing else, glad he got fired simply for putting us through that Russell Wilson first, 2-3 weeks.
Still goes down as
Jameis. I don't think that was up to him, to be quite frankly.
Just put Jameis in. You got to they need to
under pressure by the GM to do that. I don't think that was Daboll was the fall guy, plain and simple. I think he has another coaching job somewhere in the
he's going to be a fantastic OC again. But
and I was just about to say that he's going to do an incredible job.
Oh yeah, does he go back to Buffalo?
1,000% he does.
Yeah,
1,000%. Joe Brady's going to get a head coaching job, and Brian Daboll's going to be back there like he never left.
Yep,
1,000%.
That would be wild.
Agreed.
The other crazy games are not crazy games because it was not. It's an ugly game, but it turned out to at least be entertaining because it went to overtime. The Jaguars, Cardinals, if you guys watched it later in the afternoon, the 4:00 game, entertaining game, awful football. Like Trevor Lawrence
sucks.
Trevor Lawrence wanted to give the Cardinals. Trevor Lawrence was trying his hardest to give that game away. He was like, Cardinals, please. I do not want to win this game. If we keep winning, we have to play for the Jaguars for more weeks, and that's not fun.
By the way, also makes more money than Lamar Jackson.
It's wild. It felt like almost like a Waterboy moment of like 62. There you are, throws it right to him. No, like that. There was some throws where you're like, man, that. I know it's tough, but then also he wanted to be like, well, hey, I can go win the game. I can lose the game, but watch me go win the game.
Yep.
Which he did. And then the Cardinals are a team. They've played in like a ton. Almost all of their games are 1-score games except against the Seahawks. And they just find ways to lose.
Yep.
And they did again. It was a fun game, though. The Bucs-Rams was terrible. The Rams looked really good. The Bucs.
Baker's beat up.
Oh, my goodness. And if you were involved, Zach and I were texting about this, Brad. Like, I thought, I'm like, oh, the Bucks were 7.5-point dogs. I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that, you know what? The line was too low.
So I bet on that game last night, and I won a ridiculous parlay. Because I won a ridiculous parlay because Baker Mayfield went down. So it was a 4-leg parlay. It was a 4-leg parlay of Puka getting a 30-yard reception and Matt Stafford throwing a 30-yard pass. And then it was the same for Baker and Egbuka. But because Baker went out and Egbuka got a 30-yard reception, I won that parlay. And it was like plus 800. I won a bunch of money.
That's awesome.
And Puka had 0 yards going into that play.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, I guess if you have fun, I need a little bit of a miracle tonight.
I actually fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, oh damn, I won money. How did that happen when basically all my bets went in favor of the Bucks and then that happened?
Sean Tucker is the over-under was 6.5 yards for his receiving.
Yeah.
And he had the one where Baker wound up to throw it and got hurt even more. Tucker was just like right here, hey, I'll take the ball. And then Baker, ducked it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then later in the game, Sean's wide open and he catches it with his feet out of bounds. So it's kind of funny and comical and not a funny or comical way. That was the worst game of the day.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that Rams offense that was humming, that Ravens defense held that Rams offense to 17. I know Puka got hurt in that game, but I'm just saying that team looks legit. It's a good barometer. The Rams should be the favorite out there. Football's fun, man. And there's a lot of good games coming up Thursday on Thanksgiving that we'll talk about as we get closer.
But Black Friday.
Chiefs Cowboys is going to be really exciting.
I got Cowboys winning that game.
That's going to be a good game. The Ravens Bengals, which if you're ready to sweat it out, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Burrow's going to be there. You think, oh, well, the Bengals defense sucks. I'm telling you, it's going to be some game where it's going to come down to the wire and you're going to be stressed.
It'll be like last year where both teams gave up 400 passing yards.
Yeah, well, I hope it's not that.
I guarantee you it'll be like that.
Yeah. T. Higgins already rolled out.
Jamar Chase running all over that defense.
It very well might.
It always does.
Especially with if Kyle Hamilton is in fact, Harbaugh said there's a chance. I've also seen Harbaugh say there's a chance and then the guy misses 14 weeks after. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But at least at the moment, I'm gonna say probably if it wasn't Kyle Hamilton, I would say no chance. But Kyle Hamilton, I don't know if you guys have noticed, he kind of just will play. He'll get hurt middle of a game and then just make the decision where he's like, I'm just going to play the rest of the game without this shoulder.
Yeah.
There was one time against the Browns where he was rushing the passer and his shoulder was just drooped and he was still making play. He's just he realizes him with, losing one of his arms or legs. He's averages out to an above average player. Yeah. So he's like, all right, I'll just keep playing.
Is it a knee injury, a shoulder injury? What is it? What's going on?
I believe this one was a knee. Yeah, also, Lamar Jackson, his injury designation has officially moved its way all the way down his body. We started with hamstring, went to knee. Last week was ankle. He was listed as did not participate today. It was just a walkthrough, so it's an estimation. Did not participate today with a toe injury.
Nice.
So we have moved down the entire leg.
We're continuing to move our way down. Well,
but next week there's nowhere else to go, so I think it means.
Yeah,
I don't know where you're going to go with that.
Get rid of the injury.
That would be neat. But that's a great slate of games. We got the Packers, Lions, Chiefs, Cowboys, and then Ravens, Bengals. That's a great one. And then Black Friday, it's the Eagles, Bears, which the Bears, granted, they're finding ways to win. They're 8-3 right now. They're leading the NFC North.
I just can't believe that.
Shirts and pants, man. We're gonna. Hey, if the Bears win the division, I'm gonna get you a Caleb Williams jersey.
Well, that's fine, but it won't be because of Caleb Williams.
Hey, you know what? He was a big reason yesterday.
I don't think it'll be because of any Bear.
No,
the Bears are just having one. The Bears are having one of those seasons where, and if you're a Bears fan, you gotta love it. But after all the crap last year of all the just heartbreaking losses they've had, they've had just the exact opposite this year. JJ McCarthy leads a game-winning drive. They get like 14 seconds. They just get a massive kick return by Duvernay and end up kicking a game winner. Like, just little things have gone their way. It all evens out. It all evens out. But Bears have been a fun one. That's a team where every game you look, you're like, damn, they finally clock struck midnight. And then you look back at the end and you're like, they're about to pull this off. How do they do this
every single time? Like they're
in Baltimore.
They're except in Baltimore.
Not against Snoop. Not
Snoop.
against Snoop.
That's what I'm saying. So looking at this, it's interesting. It really has been all Bears defense for the most part. Look, Caleb Williams had 3 touchdown passes, but he also only completed 55% of his passes.
See, I always want to throw that in there.
19 for 35.
3 touchdown passes, Brad. How many turnovers did he have? He had 1 fumble. Did he have anything else?
He just had the 1 fumble yesterday.
I'm
Which,
just
by
saying,
the way, and he only has 16 touchdown passes on the season. It's week 12. Right?
I'm just
16
saying.
touchdown passes.
Hey,
in 12 weeks, and you're going to tell me that Caleb Williams has anything to do with their winning? I don't think so.
Okay. Timeout. The defense has made more plays. The running game's been good, but to say a quarterback that's only thrown 4 interceptions and has led game-winning drives,
touchdowns.
But that's still foul to say that he hasn't had any part of the Bears winning.
Very little. He's the Trent Dilfer of the Bears right now. Actually, he's a little bit better than Trent Dilfer, but he's not much better than Trent Dilfer.
That is, I think that's
pull up Trent Dilfer stats one time.
I'm not saying that the numbers are all the way out there. He to me is like the lesser version of Bo Nix in the NFC, where it doesn't look pretty for a lot of the time, and then the fourth quarter they play their best ball. I think Bo Nix right now in the system and with
Bo Nix is way better than Caleb Williams.
I agree. I would take Bo over Caleb right now, but I think the progression has gotten better, and the bigger thing is he is taking care of the football, and the Bears defense then makes some plays. They're running the football. And Ben Johnson, culture change. Like, they changed the culture.
Correct.
They're winning those games. Last year, they lost every possible way that they could. The game against the Lions was at Thanksgiving. That was the worst loss that was the worst clock management I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
That's up there.
We talked about that.
It is I was seeing with Rick, is Thanksgiving, I love Thanksgiving. Is Thanksgiving the best holiday when it comes to sports?
Yeah, without question.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, it's just football all day.
It's incredible.
Well, so if you're a racing fan, it's definitely what's that? Is it Labor Day?
It's Labor Day, the racing day.
With Indy 500.
You
You start off with Formula One in Monaco, and then it's Indy 500, then it's the Pepsi 600. It's just like 14 hours of racing.
So that's the car racing's that's the Super Bowl for car racers.
Well, it's the Thanksgiving
for
racing fans. Yeah.
That's really interesting. What about a Halloween World Series? I still think it's
one game isn't. It's all day.
And also, this is the one time for Thanksgiving you'll watch any of the games. Now you're gonna have to watch the Lions and Cowboys, but you're gonna turn on the TV to watch the game. So I am ecstatic. I already told Jamie, and you know what? I love the fam, love all this. When 8 o'clock hits, I will talk to people during the other games. When 8 o'clock hits and the Ravens play,
it's over.
It's been great seeing you. I'm going to be over here.
Yeah.
And
I'm with you on
if
that.
you would like to see me, you're more than welcome. But if you need me for any favor, anything, I'm on Do Not Disturb until midnight.
Yep.
Actually, yes, until midnight, or when it goes to overtime, which it probably will in Baltimore. It's always a great day to be back with you guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of our fans out there. Very thankful for you all in this process. It's been a fun 2025. I can't believe it's almost 2026. Before we get into some things to close out the show of being thankful, I want us to stay on tune. And Brad, we last week had the book club, the movie club.
Yeah.
Well, Tim Kirchin's favorite movie in movie club.
Uh-huh.
This is an easy one, but for Zach, it was Miracle. So Tim Kirchin, in honor of him, the movie club for this week, Zach, was Miracle.
No, it was?
Yeah.
I thought we were watching Paul Rudd movies.
Well, no, we're okay. That's our homework to watch it, but we already had in the line. So the next week will be Paul Rudd because that gives a little bit more of the grace period.
Oh, I see.
That's how I was looking at it, like things we had lined up. So Paul Rudd, you specified the movie I need to watch.
Yeah, you are watching Wanderlust.
Okay, I will watch Wanderlust.
And then Zach's watching Role Models.
What about, and then I Love You Man needs to be watched.
I will watch I Love You.
I will watch I Love You Man right now. That to
But
me
you've
is
already
actually
seen it.
That's my favorite.
The point was for you to watch something that you haven't watched.
That's fair enough. I will watch Wanderlust. That's good.
Okay.
So Zach, the Miracle, I think in the three categories we're going to talk about it: originality. What did I say? It was originality.
Well, we can't really go funniness because the other one was funny. Like this one's not
funny. Originality. Maybe the production. It's a Disney-based movie technically, so it has the cinema. So the feeling, the emotion, the drama around it. There we go.
Yeah, well, if we want to go drama, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have the scale and then overall experience for you as a movie. You're gonna rate each one on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. You can use decimals, and then we're gonna have our overall score.
Oh, we can use decimals. Okay, this throws off everything. Okay.
If it's too hard for you, that's a Loyola thing.
Well, no, but now I feel bad because I would have I would have definitely thrown in some decimals. Wow, that kicked my ass. I would have definitely thrown in some decimals last time to make it a little bit
so
different.
In this case right now, because it's not an original piece, it's based off of a true story.
So
but
here's the thing.
Story, go ahead.
That's original. I'm going to say that's original because it's technically like no other movie was created about this.
But did you think that it did a proper job of explaining the story? So on the 1 to 5 scale.
Yeah, but I also it's another thing where like obviously I didn't live through,
Did you think it told the story well with what happened? Zach, rate it.
Yeah, I think it did. It was so. I think I'm just also like because when we get into dramatics and everything and like how it makes you feel, patriotic. Like that's another thing. Like
so
it's one of those
on that.
Yeah,
you're gonna do it's like a 4.8 or a 5.
Yeah, So
what about originality and basing the story off of it and the journey that it's taking the viewer on?
I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay.
It was
that's fair.
It was good. Once again, I feel like I would have had it better if I lived through it. Like, if we, other things. But I'll give it a 3.5 for that.
In my day,
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like I could be like, it didn't go down like that. I don't have that kind of side to me in this aspect. For drama and everything, like a 4.6. I knew what was happening, and still the speech, just like it's chills.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
So what would you overall rank the movie then? If you're going to put a 1 to
1
5
through 5
on the experience, everything, all into one. The story.
I'm going to give it overall. I'll give it a 4.1.
Okay.
Give it a 4.1 overall. I liked it. I think it's one of those things where I'm not gonna lie, I feel kind of biased because it's just like an iconic like thing. So like knowing outside of the movie how like insane this moment was, I think brought more of the drama into it, if that makes sense. Like I was like, I knew. Like,
I feel like
big.
Yeah, with like if you're
happening.
ranking if number 5 is the greatest sports movie of all time, I think 4.1 is fair.
I think that is fair. And the other part I was thinking about with this is it's a movie where you'll watch, like the story, you're going to watch it, right?
Yeah.
And maybe there's certain sports movies that no matter what, like you're going to say, I'm going to throw that back on. If Miracle's on, I will throw it on. But after watching it and seeing it, I probably won't watch the whole movie back through. Like it was great. Like I enjoyed the experience. If I do, it's either on TV or I'm going to go back and watch Herb Brooks' speech.
Yeah.
Or like some of the.
And that's the thing. Oh, that should also be a category 1 through 5, like rewatchability, because this is one of them. I agree. I don't think I would ever be like, oh, unless if it's on, I don't know if I'd go out of my way to be like, oh, we got to watch Miracle.
And
like
also
there are some movies that
quotability.
quotability.
We'd go back. Like you can go back and quote the movie, but you would go and find the scene. You're not going to go back and put it back on and do that. It's not like if we did Anchorman before.
Yeah.
You know, I would go back and watch Anchorman, but also the quotability in Anchorman's throughout the entire thing. And you could also then go back and look at certain clips. I know you haven't seen anything of Anchorman. That's Kevin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, my high school quote was Anchorman.
You've seen the other guys too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the other guys is fantastic.
One of the most quotable movies of all time.
That
also just the cast in that. It's like every like little cameo, you're like, this guy's in it?
Yeah.
Like, why is he in this for like 10 seconds? And sometimes it's like the roles are meaningless. Like literally probably didn't even need to be added in, but they're like, yeah, we want to add this guy in as well. So he's just gonna have a random scene.
Like Tom Cruise
in
Tropic Thunder.
Out of curiosity, we should do a movie review on that at some point.
Tropic Thunder's good.
That is amazing. And never would be allowed nowadays. And you know what? Bring those movies back. But ranking then like on a parallel here, Brad.
Yeah.
Miracle, Remember the Titans, because people think Remember the Titans one of the best football movies, but I put it in the same category of if it's on, I would watch it. Because I love the movie, but I'm not going to go back and like, you know what? I'm putting on Remember the Titans tonight.
I'm watching Remember the Titans over Miracle though.
I was just going to say that. I would put
agree
Remember
with
the Titans on over. Yeah.
That one has more of a nostalgia chord for me as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and just the cast. I mean, the cast of Remember the Titans. I mean,
Sunshine
doesn't compare.
Oh, it was a great cast. Great movie.
Yeah.
Jerry Bruckheimer produced it. Great.
Yeah.
Great production. Look at us. Look at us being a little bit, with it. I cannot wait until we review Tropic Thunder. But next week will be Wanderlust. Do you agree?
Okay. Yep.
Wanderlust.
Wanderlust. I'll put on my glasses for that. Oh, sugar. Well, we're getting close to the end of it. I did realize we have a game tonight.
We do.
And we need to make sure that, Zach, you stay.
I already put my bets in on this game.
Is it hot?
No. You're ice cold. But why don't we see if you're going to get back on that horse tonight as we take a quick trip up to our friends at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Hey! West Virginia. Nice.
Felt like we nailed that.
So while we
didn't get
traveling.
Yeah, didn't get Nico Collins last Thursday, but we're going back to all reliable. Actually, funny enough, it's the exact bet that we hit for our first Bolly's Bet College Football Edition.
I have an idea.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're on CMC over 47.5 receiving yards. When you see a running back have 47.5 receiving yards, there's their over-under. Every part of your body is like, you have to take the under for this. He's hit 40-plus in every single game. And this is a guy, dare I say, revenge game versus Carolina? Dare I say it? I mean, dare I say it? There, I said it. I just think this is a game where CMC goes off. I just feel like this is a game where CMC goes off. Get that man in space and watch him do work. He's one of my favorite players to watch because you only get to every other year because the football gods know that if you let him go healthy every year, there would be no records left. So they have to humble him every other year and just be like, hey, sit this one out.
Yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles there. I need a little Monday Night Miracle. I need Tet and Matt Gay, I believe, is going to get elevated from the practice squad to kick for the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I need them to combine for 33.5 half PPR points because I had $2 going last night. White and Igbuka. It didn't turn out well. I went against Devontae Adams. That felt good.
Yeah.
Brad, what are you cooking tonight? You said you got a couple.
Yeah. So I got Christian McCaffrey scored 2 touchdowns.
Well, you know what?
Like that.
Hold on, let me pull this up. So I got Christian McCaffrey scoring 2 touchdowns. That was plus 145, which actually isn't all that crazy. So I mean, not bad. But then I did go crazy. Decided that there was a weird promo they had going on here. So 3 of the 4 have to score a touchdown out of George Kittle, McMillan, McCaffrey, and Rico Dowdle.
Ooh.
So 3 out of the 4 score touchdowns. $4 makes me 50.
So what's the odds on that?
Plus 1150.
I know, like you're not supposed to take the ones that they do because it always is like.
But that worked out for me yesterday.
I know it sounds good, and I mean, I need Tet badly. I would like. Could you? Someone say that the Tet's going to get 2 touchdowns tonight?
I also bet the over in points
for the game.
Yeah, 49.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
I really need Tet to do his thing.
I hope Tet does well.
40.
I survived a miracle last night, and
betting the over total points is minus 110. So I mean, I felt like that was a pretty safe bet.
Oh yeah, that's primetime games go one of 2 ways. It's either just an absolute the ugliest game, or we're going to see points. I think we're going to see some points. I'm hoping that Bryce Young takes that step. I hope that what we saw last week against Atlanta was him taking that step. I don't want him to revert back to a pumpkin. I really don't. I really, really don't. Because that would also mean that Tet would be screwed. But that's our bets. That's our group. If you want to ride or tail, I should say, Zach and Brad, may the odds be in your favor right there. And we appreciate our friends up at Charlestown Races at Hollywood Casino and West
Virginia.
You know what, guys? It is the Thanksgiving time. I think that we should go around and say one thing that we are thankful for. And no one jumped to the idea. Zach, do you want to lead it off?
Yeah, thankful for everyone who tunes in and listens to us talk about random things like movies and whatever pops onto our mind and gives us this incredible opportunity and has helped us build this community because it truly does rock. So thankful for all of you guys.
That was nice.
Yeah, follow that one up.
I was about to say something.
Follow that up.
It's about
fine. Yeah. I'm thankful for you boys.
Yeah, Rip, you got nothing.
Anytime that I got stressed in my life, I know that I got one thing I can hang my hat on, and it's doing this show with you boys. I'm grateful for each and every one of you boys, except Rocco. Fuck that guy.
No. Yeah. The love is not lost with Rocco. And you know what? He's not feeling too great about the Steelers right now either.
They had a 4-game head start, and they blew it.
They got a big one, too. Something's got to give. Bills, Steelers next Sunday in Pittsburgh.
That's actually going to be a great game.
I think so. And here's the crazy thing. If the Ravens win and the Bills win, and the Ravens could play the Steelers and get a 2-game lead in the division just like that, but we're not going to get ahead of ourselves.
But anyways, I'm thankful for you boys. I love you guys.
That is very nice. Now I you know what? Yeah, how am I supposed to follow all this up right now? And I see in the comments right here about thankful for the community, thankful for you guys. You know, the bright spot when your days are down. I love this community except Rocco.
Yeah, don't we all?
You know, it's kind of a
bring him on the show was literally the worst idea.
Yeah, well, yeah, we are
especially on Halloween.
We are thankful Rocco is not on for the Thanksgiving episode. But in all seriousness here,
hasn't been on since.
Oh gosh, he's in a band. Maybe we'll let him back into
he's in a doghouse.
He's a good kid.
He put himself in the doghouse.
He did put himself in the doghouse. I would like to say this. You know, when you're going through a lot, you know that there's going to be the good times, and we wish that the good times would last longer, but they usually don't. And typically the rest of your life, you have moments that are going through in the mud, or just times are kind of just really crappy, right? All of the above. But it's good to have a support system. It's good to have people that are going to be there for you. And it's also creating a space and a place that you can feel comfortable. So to the tune of what both of you have said, you know, I'm really thankful for the inner circle I have in my life, my friends, my family, and the ones that have seen me at my worst and have helped me get to my best. And then in this process, as I've tried to build up, we've built this great community. And we started this show again consistently back in 2023 in September. And we're still trying to work this out, right? We've gone through the good moments, the great moments of the show, some moments of the show, but we've done it together. And again, it's because of the support of our community to help through, and you guys have been with us through thick and thin, and we're so grateful for that. And we have bigger goals here at the Ryan Ripken Show with the Ryan Ripken Media Group, but it all is because of you all. If you guys don't give that support, this doesn't happen. And so that keeps us going as we continue on. So I appreciate all of you, and I cannot wait to see what 2026 is going to have in store. And it's always good to reflect that someone also find those people if you're struggling and lean in on them, and you guys can all reap the benefits when things are turning on the right foot. So thank you guys. Thank you all. Love you all. Appreciate you all. And can't wait to see what's going to happen here moving forward. Am I missing anything?
Yep.
What am I missing?
I got to pull out.
Oh, is that where I'm seeing sauerkraut going?
Yeah.
What do we got on this poll?
The worst Thanksgiving food. If there was one Thanksgiving dish that you could eliminate from Thanksgiving forever, what would it be? And my options are, you could come up with your own, fellas.
Yeah.
Canned cranberry sauce, sauerkraut, turkey. Some people hate turkey.
Yeah.
And green bean casserole. So far, sauerkraut's taking the lead at 55.
Yeah, sauerkraut for me. Don't eat that. Yeah, I don't.
So, you know what? Sauerkraut was one of those foods as a kid I absolutely hated. I don't mind it now. Of those options that you gave, though, I would probably go canned cranberry sauce, because if it's in the can, I don't always like it in the can, Brad. I would rather it, not in the can.
It's offensive.
What, in the can?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
it just
I love it.
Just slurps out.
And one of my favorites.
In the shape of the actual can, just like,
oh yeah.
So sauerkraut,
you go through all the trouble of making all these incredible dishes and all the work, and all of a sudden you're just slapping a can of cranberry sauce on the side of the table.
If the food or the prep, if they could all talk, the sides, they would all not like the canned cranberry.
That's right.
No, I disagree. Canned cranberry is good. I love that stuff.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying, of all of the options, I don't want it in the can.
It's been through the most. It's been forgotten about. What are you talking about? I feel like that's the guy that they're all like, yo, he's had a rough one. Yeah. Sauerkraut just showed up. Think it's better than everyone.
Sauerkraut.
It's never been to the kids' table once.
Listen, I don't eat a hot dog without sauerkraut on it.
Yeah, you know what? Sauerkraut doesn't deserve this slander.
It does not.
I'll sit here. Came at cranberry, so now here I am.
You love it in the can.
We
understand.
Throw a little sausage in the sauerkraut.
Ooh,
good shit.
So and that was it was an acquired taste for me. Pickles and sauerkraut were two of those foods, and it might be because of my wife that she just loves pickles and she loves sauerkraut.
Yeah. See, you need a good acid to break everything up. I'm with Mind Body Light here.
It's a good mixture.
Yeah,
it's a good mixture there. But we can write it. Zach, who likes it in the can? Zach likes it in the can.
Give me that every year. Next day too on a Thanksgiving sandwich. I'm putting two circles of that canned cranberry on it.
2 circles.
2 circles.
You want to tell people? You want to look into the camera and tell people, "Hi, I'm Zach Bollinger, and I like it in the can."
No, we're not going to do that. But canned cranberry, hell yeah, baby. Banana bread at work, hell yeah. Come on. Canned cranberry in this economy.
I can't wait for Thanksgiving. It's going to be great.
Nobody voted turkey, by the way.
Well, I know that there are a few people that just don't like turkey at all. I am not one of those people.
I love turkey.
I love turkey. I love a little mashed potato, a little gravy on the potatoes and the turkey.
For me, it's the leftover turkey that I take and then make into a sandwich. Little slap a little butter and salt and pepper.
Yeah.
That's the favorite. That's my favorite part about Thanksgiving is like the aftermath.
The leftovers are so peak.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for the Ravens to win on Thursday night. I'm knocking on hope, please win. And next day, it's just like a celebration. I might celebrate later that night and have some more Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'm hungry. I've worked up an appetite rooting for this team, So,
by the way, is pumpkin pie overrated?
No. Okay, well, compared to what? Like,
yeah,
compared to any other pie.
Or are we talking about canned cranberry again?
No. Like
Okay.
your traditional pies, right? Like cherry pie, apple pie. Then everybody. I feel like everybody has to have pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving, or it's not Thanksgiving.
I
think I think it's overrated.
I didn't like pumpkin growing up.
I'm a cherry pie guy myself.
I'm an apple.
I'm gonna put apple, pumpkin, then cherry for me.
All right,
just like warm apple pie,
or the pecan pie.
Pecan. I'm
not a pecan pie fan.
I've just become a pecan fan over the last few years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't a pumpkin fan. I wasn't a pumpy fan for a little bit, but the pumpy, I like some pumpy now.
I like the pumpkin roll over the pumpkin pie. Like with cream, like the cream cheese in the middle and all that.
I'll be honest, like I'll eat almost any dessert for the most part now. Like I really do. Like I devour.
I'm not a big lemon dessert guy.
See, okay, if we're
like,
going,
I'm not having a lemon bar.
That's a whole other conversation. Sweet versus tart.
Lemon meringue pie, nah, not my thing. A key lime pie. I'll tear that up.
Key lime pie is phenomenal. That is some good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Is that right, Zach? Or would you rather have
key lime pie? Top pie. That's number one. That's number one.
That's your number one pie?
Pecan pie?
No,
he's
key lime.
Key lime.
Wow.
Yeah, probably key lime. But I feel like key lime pie is such a different type of pie. Like it's not like a warm pie where you're like, I'm getting like key lime pie. It's cold.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
so I just feel like
so is a pumpkin pie.
You
though.
can eat all the pies cold.
That's
if
true.
You want but
you can't eat. You can't eat if you try to heat up a key lime pie. Like you can, but you can't eat all pies warm. If you gave me a warm key lime pie, it's a threat.
Do we try that one?
Rick says trying to convert me. He said I would like his wife homemade pumpkin pie.
You know what I'm in?
This feels like other guy's moment, but I'm.
Yeah.
You come over here and try my wife's pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm. You're a lucky dog.
Shaved.
Zach, you might think because of the beard. Gosh, that is up there right there. Shaved.
If Rick's wife's name's Sheila, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Or Christina.
Christina.
Either one.
Oh yeah. Christina. Sorry.
You come back here and make love to my wife. What a movie. Other guys, Austin Powers. Oh, I cannot wait for when we have the review, Zach, on Austin Powers. And we're going to go through, we're going to do Let Me Put My Poems in You, and it's going to be the Austin Powers Daddy Wasn't There, the song. Oh, it's phenomenal. Do you know that one? It's almost as good. It's Scotty Doesn't Know and Daddy Wasn't There are the two songs that didn't even go that. Scotty Doesn't Know with Matt Damon. Scotty Doesn't Know
that Fiona and me doing in my bed every Sunday.
That's what I'm talking.
She tells him he's in church, but he doesn't go. So
Scotty
she's
doesn't
on her
know.
knees, and Scotty doesn't know.
No,
I know.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Yeah, I know the song.
And so those are the two.
Euro Trip was phenomenal.
It was. Might need to have best songs in movies that weren't supposed to be songs.
Yeah,
like that's why Austin Powers and in Euro Trip, Scotty Doesn't Know. Like those are two.
Scotty doesn't
bangers.
know. Whoa.
Don't tell Scotty.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
Oh, sugar. Well, we will do a show tomorrow, by the way. Just not in this big studio. So we will do a show tomorrow before we get ready for the holidays. Am I missing anything else besides I got to shout out Merritt Clubs behind us one more time? To the window, to the wall for 2025. I don't know why I did the window to the wall.
I don't know where you were going with that either.
Hey,
Little John going to be at the halftime show of Thanksgiving.
And maybe that's where I'm thinking of. I also saw something saying with the 6'7", where it was like some Instagram video where it's like my friend's kid saying, "Do you know what 6'7" means?" And then the response is, "Do you know what 369 means?" And I laughed and I'm like, "To the window!"
Damn, she fine.
To the wall. But anyway, Merritt Clubs for the rest of the year until November 30th, by the way, you can join for just $20.25. Get it? $20.25. Merritt Clubs has been a huge partner of us. They've been great. They want to help you on your wellness journey. And yeah, we are very thankful for everything they have done with us and excited for our partnership with them in the future. How do you spell 2025, Zach?
MERRITT.
So, yeah, go ahead.
I could use the pool for $20.25.
You could.
I could go see Frank for $20.25.
I believe so.
I can use that full gymnasium for $20.25.
Oh, your boy in that gymnasium, by the way, when I was wearing my Cole Haan. Oh, I think I got them on right now. Zach, you see these Cole Haans? See these puppies? Hey, now, your boy just went and dunked cold turkey. Doing it.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. For $20.25.
Yeah. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
They have another deal that's coming up too in December, but don't miss out on the one you have now. And don't miss out on thanking your loved ones around you. Appreciate you guys. Cue that music, Zach. Or Brad.
Shame.
Sorry. You don't like it in the camera. Yeah. As always here on the Ryan Ripken Show, we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to all of you. Have a day, have a night, but don't worry. We have another show tomorrow because we're the Ryan Ripken Show. We are live at 5 on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Holy pants.
That was perfect.
Shoo.